Welcome back to Idol Radio Show. You're listening to the Idol Radio Show at idolradioshow.com with your amazing host, Daryl and Buck. Welcome back, Buck.
Thanks, Daryl.
Hey, Buck, what do you really think that Beyonce must be thinking about all this press and publicity?
First of all, you have to tell people where they can find me, youtube.com/Perone75.
That would be / sir.
/ Shut up, who asked you?
PERON75.
PERON75. That's
and,
me. Go there and subscribe, bitch.
That's right. And right on the front of our site, you can click right over there to it.
Yeah.
In case any of what we just said doesn't make any sense, you're on idolradioshow.com now. Click.
So are we talking about Beyonce?
Yeah, Beyonce. What do you think she really thinks about J. Hood?
Oh, geez, that's a loaded question. I think that Beyonce Knowles, because again, there's a difference between Beyonce Knowles and Beyonce. I think she's got to be happy for her, as anyone is happy for someone who wins an award. Like, you know, oh, good job. Like, I'm very happy for Jennifer Hudson. Mm-hmm. But inside her gut, inside her spleen, inside her stomach, she has got to be like, oh my God. That's
the real feeling, right? No, I'm saying.
Yeah, it is.
You just said that's where the real feeling is, when you feel it down there.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know, she's got to be thinking, oh my God, I'm making the Pink Panther 3. I'm never going to win an Oscar. And I mean, good for her for getting a Golden Globe nomination, but keep in mind Madonna won a Golden Globe, so anything can happen. But I'm sure Beyonce is happy as she can be for this woman. But, you know, she's got to be jealous. Wouldn't you be? Oh, please.
Yeah, I got to play with the Oscar at least.
Yeah, I saw you playing with it. You look very comfortable handling that thing.
Thank you very much.
You and James both have pictures of you holding her Oscar. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We are grabbing our fame completely in somebody else. We've done nothing. We've done nothing to award holding this Oscar.
Can you win a Radio Talk award or something?
Not that I know of. I got some questions of you about today when you went to The View. First
go ahead.
You sat in the prime seat. It was as though the camera surrounded you and zoomed in. How did you get that seat?
I did. I've gotten so many emails today from people who saw me. I really turned it on. The moment I walked into the studio, I saw the woman who was seating people, and I totally just was like, hey, sexy, and totally just turned on the, you know, the fake niceness. And she loved it, and she immediately said, I want you to move, and she sat me right there with my sister. She goes, I want you on the aisle. So I knew they were going to get me in the shot a couple times. So it was awesome. And I had
any of them seem to know who you were?
You know what? They were all, the only one who did that came out was Rosie. Joy and Elizabeth like hide in the back. They're like Oprah. They do not want to be seen. They didn't want to talk to the audience. It was the Rosie O'Donnell show. Right. Rosie came out every time and talked to us. I asked Rosie a question, and I actually slipped her a picture of me dressed like all the View co-hosts, which is on my YouTube page, and I put my address on the back. Yeah, we had a nice little conversation. But she was the only one who came out and talked. I mean, it's her show. It's her producer, Bill Getty. The Viewmaster's not there anymore. It's like her blue stat. Like he
doesn't sit there in the front row anymore?
No! They give you Keebler, they give you apple juice. My sister had gone, you know, when Star and Meredith were there, and it was so funny because I stood up and I said, I just want to say the show is so much better with you, Rosie. Meredith who? And she started laughing. And, you know, we made fun of Sanjaya because she was calling him Sanjaya on the air. Right. And I said, it's Sanjaya. And she said, oh, you don't like him, do you? And I said, no. And I, you know, pretended to do the hula like he did. Right. So we all had a good laugh at poor Sanjaya's expense.
Another question about that. When you were when Roseanne Barr came out?
Yes.
And Roseanne sat down at that chair.
Yes.
As I watched that whole thing, I started feeling so bad for Elizabeth because it seemed to me, and tell me if you notice this, but it seemed like Roseanne wanted nothing to do with Elizabeth. It felt like she wanted something. She talked to everyone and even engaged everyone, but it was almost as if when Elizabeth raised her hand to say something, right, Roseanne raised her hand to just say, shut up.
Two things. First of all, Roseanne Barr comes out and says, I'm so glad that there's two smart female comics here.
Right.
So she said it's great that we have two people here, none of whom were Elizabeth.
Right.
And then the only time Elizabeth got in like two sentences, which were overlapped by Joy, the only time Roseanne Barr addressed Elizabeth was when she was talking about marriage, which Elizabeth had strong feelings about marriage. And she said, I think people who want to get divorced should get divorced.
Right.
And she like glared at Elizabeth. It was awesomely uncomfortable. I mean, the audience was so uncomfortable. It was weird.
It was really an odd thing because even through the television you could see it. When she walked out, she did shake Elizabeth's hand and she hugged everyone else.
Let me tell you, but it's always like that. All the stars always, they shake Elizabeth's hand. They know Rosie. They kind of know Joy. Joy's 64. It's hilarious because Joy won't talk about her age, but of course you can Google it. And Rosie told us all during the break that, Joy's 64. It was very strange because what you see on TV is exactly what it was in person. Joy and Elizabeth, they made no impression. Like, I won't remember them at all. Like, I went to see Oprah, and she didn't talk to anybody. She came out, hey, y'all, all right, gotta go, love ya. No interaction with the audience. Sat there very quiet. Joy and Elizabeth just sat there getting their makeup on, doing their hair, didn't address us at all. So Rosie came out 5 times and spoke to us and was adorable. So it was just like it seems on TV. She is running that ship.
Well, cool, and I'm glad that you got a chance to enjoy it. Let's go back.
Oh, great time. I did a handstand. I was one of the people who was dancing in the beginning, and I'm like, this is my chance. So, I'm dancing and grooving, and people are clapping, and I'm like, I got to rock the handstand. So I totally rocked the handstand.
Let's go back to some of your calls. Your fans are lighting up my phone. We have a caller from area code 865. You're on Idol Radio Show.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Hey, this is Darla calling from Tennessee.
Hey,
hi, Darla. I love Darla.
Well, I love Darla now, too.
Darla's a big supporter. Darla's a big help to me. She does a lot of my dirty work for me.
I am actually...
Is this your first time talking to Buck?
Yes. I don't talk to any of these people.
We corresponded a little bit with emails.
Okay.
But, I'll tell you what, this guy is a genius in comedy. He is snarkalicious. I am a groupie. I'm going to stalk him. And if anybody is listening from VH1, Comedy Central, Logo, Bravo, listen, you guys have got to get this guy his own show.
Yeah.
I mean, What the Buck is great. I love it, love it, love it. As Paula would say, Buck, I love, love, love you. And I'm doing my little still clap right now.
Thank you, Darla. I'm going to totally steal that for a soundbite.
Do what?
I'm going to steal that.
I'm going to comment for a soundbite.
She doesn't speak. She's new to this country. Hi, Darla. How long have you been in America?
Well, thank you, Darla, so much for calling. But she raises an excellent point. I mean, has anyone been approaching you about a show or something?
I have a small part-time thing for DirecTV now. I do some stuff for DirecTV. I get some emails, nothing, but nothing, nothing's come of it. I know some of the right people are seeing me, but,
It's odd because, it seems like that they would see this audience and see it and know, what it means and how they can build it up into something else because right now, without any real backing, you have a huge fan base.
Yeah, no, I know, I agree. I think it's funny because what I say is, so often shocking, but it's funny because, people are like, ooh, you want to be like Ryan Seacrest or something, and I'm like, do you think I would say the things I'm saying if I was trying to be, I'm really just trying to do my own thing and just speak my mind, and like I said earlier, I don't want to blow my cover, but a lot of the time, I do reports that say Lindsay Lohan cut off her freckles because she was depressed and had her brain removed as a new diet, and, if you take me seriously, you're so stupid. Really, it's your problem.
Right, exactly. And
these Antenella people, though, were so aggressive. I was like, oh dear. Do you really...
back? That's the killer part. They're taking you seriously, but they're coming back to continue to listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, they do come back. I have to block people on YouTube, too, sometimes because, if they write like 5 or 6 really aggressive, comments that are just so... I don't mind saying, you're ugly, you're not funny, all that stuff. That's fine.
There's a really, really nasty rumor floating around the internet about you right now. I heard someone said that you were gay. And I think that we need to start this petition right now because that's just going too damn far.
I am. I'm a happily married gay man. I have a husband named Michael, and, my name is Michael, too. But it's funny because I have all these comments from my Antenella video, and this is what I copy and pasted them. You're so gay. Are you gay? I think this guy is gay. You're too gay. Shut up. Your gayness is stupefying. What a fag. I hate gay people. They should be cleansed from the face of the earth. You're an ugly fag. This is what people write.
I would like to go on record as saying that last comment, I'm against.